Why don't we check the mentions on you? This is from the, I don't know what was the second half of the USA-Uruguay match? Maybe a couple chelas in. Unpopular U.S. men's national team take. Yunus Musah is a poor man's Darlington Nagbe. And then, of course, the internet reacting accordingly. You had, over 100 quote tweets? Is that right there? And,
I believe the young fellows call that being ratioed.
Yes. All right, so here's your response was you're not going to delete it. Lots of calls for you to delete the tweet. It seems almost like the people on Twitter who follow you don't know you, but no chance, folks. I'm going to tell you that this guy
well, you gotta own it. Don't be insecure and say, let me delete this.
100%. I'm with you on that. As somebody who's crafted a few bad takes of his own. Okay, so everybody getting in on this. Sasha Kljestan, former U.S. men's national team or current Galaxy midfielder with the barf emoji. I mean, you don't need to explain that anymore,
He's
right?
a sweet guy. I can't say anything about it. He's a really sweet guy.
All right, here's another ex-teammate of yours, Stuart Holden,
playing too.
who was calling the game and probably threw his headset off in disgust after reading your tweet. He chimed in as well. There you go. Okay.
Oh, look at that, Stu. Good for you.
Okay, Herc. So I'm looking at the rundown right here. It says you've got 2 minutes. You may need about 22, but why don't you defend your tweet? Or don't defend your tweet. Just better explain it, please.
Was it poorly phrased? Sure, maybe.
Yes.
I think my point got across, though. When I look at these two players, they're very, very similar. Very technical players with the ability to drive the ball from one zone of the midfield into the attacking third, who happen to lack defensive ability or bite and have very little end product when it comes to actual goals scored or assists produced. I consider them to be luxury pieces. And we've covered Darlington Nagbe for quite some time, and one of the things that I've harped on, and I know Alejandro Moreno and a few others have harped on when we cover him, is like very good. Like, it's a very good player, but you wish he was more of a final product. And when I look at Darlington Nagbe, even though Darlington Nagbe is 19 years old, I see the same luxury piece. A very good player. Yes, technical ability, vision, all that is very good. But my point stands. He's a player that needs to figure out that final pass. He needs to figure out that final ball. Because if you're playing in that midfield, that MMA, you could be the odd man out. You talk about players being healthy. If Gio's healthy, if Brendan Aronson's there, if Pulisic is there, if you've got a player, Timmy Weah, who's there, if you've got everybody healthy, well, in that midfield, you could be the odd man out for even a Luca De La Torre. Yeah.
All right, so Herc got everybody in the world talking about Yunus Musah with his tweet, including the manager of the U.S. men's national team, who was asked about Musah after the match. Let's hear what he had to say.
Yunus is a guy that just blows me away at his age, what he can do. Crazy level of talent. We need to work with Yunus on the final product, the final pass, the finishing, because he has a huge ceiling.
How about that, Herc? Gregg Berhalter coming to your defense.
Don't defend me. Help me here. No, but look, poorly phrased. Maybe, sure, yes, absolutely, because by no means was I trying to say he's less than Darlington Nagbe, and I guess that's how it came across. But the point stands. There's a player that I see with a huge future high ceiling that I wish had more end product.
Sure, the similarities that you're getting at are not enough end product and overwhelmingly technical, which you're paying a compliment to Yunus Musah and comparing him to Darlington Nagbe in that sense. I think it's one thing to be lacking end product when you're 19 versus a player who lacked end product his entire career.
Yeah, but don't think of the age. Think of this is the national team. When did we start saying but the age for the national team? Anywhere you play because you're good enough. It's not like an old enough thing. That's my only thing, and I'll let you continue.
Okay, can I just give the example then of like a Vinicius Jr. who didn't have end product at a certain point?
Yes,
and eventually found end product. Like, it's not. You can find it.
Absolutely.
Maybe Yunus Musah will do that in his career. I don't know. I think another critical difference is you talked about Yunus Musah pushing the ball. He, to me, is a north-south player. For me, Darlington Nagbe was always an east-west player. And I think that's a huge difference.
Darlington could drive the ball. Darlington could drive the ball.
At what level?
Man.
At what level?
And the level he played. I mean, listen, he got his papers to play with the national team.
In 2017.
And that's what it is. It's these triggers. It's Major League Soccer. It's Kova. It's the stench, all that triggered people. And I get it. I understand it. You're one of those people, Seb.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.